Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Turbo Trouble. In this video, we're going over part 2 of the tuning story with Cherry Tuning. If you haven't watched part 1, you have to watch part 1 in order to understand part 2. So go and watch part 1. I promise you it's entertaining. And then watch part 2. If you already watched part 1 and you're all caught up, well, thank you. I appreciate your support. So let's get into what this video is about. High pressure fuel pump issues. Yes, a lot of them. But we have the solution, or at least I thought. And the story continues. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Turbo Trouble. I am absolutely drained from this tuning process of the Elantra N because it's just been annoying. I mean, like, you should just be able to plug and play. It's not that difficult. But as you can see in my hand, I had this box. This is a secret weapon that not a lot of people know. A lot of people in the Hyundai N community will tell you, go ahead and swap out your high pressure fuel pump because the Elantra N high pressure fuel pump sucks, and go get a Sonata one because the Sonata one is meant for a 2.5 liter that's in the Sonata engine. It's the same thing. Everyone's gonna tell you go Sonata, go Sonata, go Sonata, go Sonata. It's not the Elantra N high pressure fuel pump. It's a Hyundai product high pressure fuel pump. It's the spring on the inside that's failing. So switching it to a Sonata, for some it may work, but it's not gonna last you a long time because it's a Hyundai product. I love Hyundai, so like they're not supposed to perfect everything. I mean, I'm not hating, but it's like, come on, be real. But this right here, this is a Genesis high pressure fuel pump that Cherry Tuning sent me. And this is what's going to allow us to run an E30 or E40 blend on factory injectors. So imagine you upgrade the injectors, which I don't recommend you do because I've heard a lot of horror stories when you start fooling around that deep. But it's going to allow us to fix this high pressure fuel pump issue. All right, so you guys should already know the process. You'll be wondering why did I throw the factory one back on? And is there really a need to upgrade? Well, yes, the factory one is on its way out, and that leaves this weird feeling where like I'll be full throttle, and right when I hit the 3,000, 4,000 RPM, I can feel the car cutting fuel, cutting power, and it's like this like sluggish feeling, and then it picks back up. I know that's not good for the motor. I had 2 tuners tell me not to push it, and if I feel any type of give, abort. Completely let off the throttle and stop pulling, stop ripping immediately. So I feel it from time to time. I want the car to be safe because I want to make reliable power. And just like how you guys take your Elantra Ns, your Kona Ns, your Veloster Ns, whatever car you have, and take them on a rip and you just know it's going to perform well, it's going to be reliable. I want that same amount of reliability when I'm pushing almost double the power, because I want not some crazy stupid number just for clickbait, just for views, just for ego. I want reliable, fun power. I want to be able to take this thing and rip it against a Corvette and be like, ah, I got you reliably. I need to back up again. You guys remember Tyler, right? You just got to get both sides, and then the low pressure side comes back, and then yeah, it just comes out. I cannot win. I cannot win. Oh, did I say let's go and install the high pressure fuel pump? I was just joking, because I can't. So I put the camera down for a second to actually focus, and the low pressure line will not come out. I took the high pressure off, gas spewed out a little bit, and I took both of these screws out. I can take the high pressure fuel pump out, but this won't come off. Depressing that clip there will not allow me to take the low line out. And if I break that clip, well, then the car has to sit here. And right now, today is Wednesday, so tomorrow I'm gonna have to go to Hyundai and order that clip. I can't catch a break. I cannot catch a break. You are fighting me every step of the way, and I don't like it. Whew, okay guys, it is cold out here in Mexico. What? We're on the base map of the Cherry Tune for my Elantra N. I'm gonna be showing you guys what it sounds like under load. Those pops are crazy. I still feel like there's room for us to go catless. Let's hear it from the front. Oh. I love the echo. Those pops are crazy loud, man. I can hear them. They sound like gunshots. And the cool part is on this tune, it's tuned for louder pops, sharper pops. having all these fuel cuts, what's a better thing to do, right? Why not just go out and rip the car? But while I was grabbing the sound clips and giving that driving experience, something unexpected happened. Yeah, that's the base map too. Like, we're not even fully tuned. We're on a low boost, pushing 20 pounds, but we're not even like really dialed in yet on the tune. So that's super exciting. That's just a little bit of what's to come. So what is so special about my custom tune? Why did I choose to go custom tune? Well, I have all of these parts, and I want to make sure that I get the best usage out of them, obviously, to set the example. And I'm curious to see what this car will push. Now, there are other people out there that have obviously tuned their Elantra N's and are getting crazy. Is that an M4? Yeah. No, it's a 440i. Hold on, he's going on this side. This is only like around 330 horsepower. And we're gapping BMWs on the base map, low boost. If we were fully tuned right now, we would be car lengths ahead of him. You gotta think, we're like 100 horsepower off. Where is he trying to go? There's cars in front of us. That BMW 440i was in Mexico with us, and I figured it's the perfect time to show that what the base map can do. What can a base map Elantra N do against a BMW 440i? Now, the 440i has a B58 engine in it, and after like 5 attempts, we can clearly see that the base map on this Elantra N gapped a BMW 440i. The driver's like, what supporting mods do you have for your turbo? I'm like, this is the factory turbo, and it doesn't click to him. And I tell him all the mods I have. He thought it was an upgraded turbo just based off of the sound of the intake and blow-off valve combination. The base map, so you guys know, the base map's only good for 330 horsepower. I tell him that, and his jaw absolutely drops, because then he tells me that he is a stage 2 440i B58 stage 2 making 470. We gapped with 330 horsepower a B58 BMW making 470. Like, make that make sense. 470 versus 330. So he claims 470. He could be lying. I mean, like, I don't know the kid. It doesn't make any sense to me that a stage 2 470 horsepower BMW Gen 1 B58 gets gapped in Mexico by a 330 something horsepower. I think it's like 332. 330 horsepower Hyundai Elantra N in Mexico. I don't know, but I do know it happened, and I feel really great. That's it for this video. The tuning story continues. We won't have a part 3 for a while, but the next few videos I have already pre-recorded are pretty sick, and the content will keep flowing out even though the car isn't in my possession right now. And if you want to keep up to date with my Elantra N, follow my Instagram. I believe we're almost at 12,000. And then follow my TikTok. I believe we're almost at 34,000. So I greatly appreciate all your support. I'll catch you guys in the next video.